Geometry OST Spring 2024 release test items number 11. It says lines J and K intersect to form angles 1, 2, 3, and 4 as shown. Elliot is trying to complete the proof that angle 3 is congruent to angle 1. First, he notes that angles 1 and 2 form a linear pair, as do angles 2 and 3. Next, he notes that the measures of angle 1 and 2 have a sum of 180 because they're supplementary. Next, he notes the measures of angle 2 and 3 have a sum of 180 because they're supplementary. Which statement should be next in his proof? Okay, so let's write down what he's saying, right? So he wants to prove that angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. And right now, he says that angle 1 and 2 form a linear pair, which means they are supplementary, which means they add to 180. He also says that 2 and 3 are a linear pair, so they also add to 180. So the question is, what should we say next? Well, if I look here, I see angle 2 used twice, and I see the 180 used twice. So the idea is that we have to kind of combine, right, these two equations so that angle 1 and angle 3 are in the same equation. So let's see what we might be able to do. Let's take a look at their answers. Okay, so it says that angles 1 and 2 each have a measure of 90. Nope, I'm sorry, angles 1 and 4 form a linear pair. That is true, but I don't think that helps us. We need to talk about angle 1 and 3, so we're not going to choose A. Okay, so angles 1 and 2 each have a measure of 90. I don't think we know that. Just because they add up to 180 doesn't mean they have a measure of 90 each. The measure of angle 1 and the measure of angle 3 have a sum of 180 by substitution. Well, if I look here, angle 1 and 3 are not a linear pair, right? They're not going to have a sum of 180, right? So unless they're both right angles, but we don't know that. The measure of angles 1 and 2 is equal to the sum of the measures of angles 2 and 3. That is the step. That is the one we're going to use, and let me show you why, right? So it says by substitution. If you recall in our proof days, because both of these sums add up to 180, sorry about that, I'll do it again, because angle 1 plus 2 equals 180, and because angles 2 plus 3 add to 180, we can take out the 180 and replace it with this sum of 2 and 3 to get the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals the measure of angle 2 plus the measure of angle 3. And that is exactly what that statement says. And again, the idea is now that we have 1 and 3 in the same equation, we can cancel out the angle 2's, and this shows that angle 1 is equal to angle 3. And that's the crux of the proof of the vertical angles theorem. So again, your correct answer here would be choice D.